Welcome in, everybody, to the Week 13 edition of the Commissioner's Address. Week 13 sucked for some of us, and you'll see that when we go into the matchups. There's going to be multiple Bitch of the Week this week and multiple Superman of the Week, simply because of the time of season that it is. When the playoff picture is getting finalized, a couple guys officially knocked out of the playoffs, a few more guys locked in for the playoffs, and the two bye weeks still up for grabs as it is a tight race for the top two. Let's jump into the matchups, starting first with the Has-Been Bowl. Man, oh man, did my team suck this week.
Dumb bitch.
Seventh
She's
position,
a dumb bitch.
one spot out of the
Dumb bitch.
playoffs going into week
You a
13.
dumb bitch. Dumb bitch.
I needed
You's a
one
dumb
win.
bitch.
Median or
You's a
heads up,
dumb
both
bitch.
would have been great.
You's a dumb bitch.
I needed
Dumb
something,
bitch. Dumb bitch. Dumb bitch.
and I didn't get it.
Dumb
95 points I put up, which is just pitiful. ETN, despite winning 25-3 against Tennessee, ETN only put up 5.1 points, which is brutal. There's just a ton of red on my team, a ton of it. Chase Brown, the only bright light, which happened on Turkey Day on Thursday, and so I had a half-decent start, even though Spencer had a great start with Rashee Rice putting up 29. But I was nowhere close. The Cleveland defense has been on fire, but they were not on fire against San Francisco. And Spencer comes away with the win, 149-95. He'll get 2 victories on the week, and he will be 17-9, which I got to hand it to him. The 17-9 with the points for good enough for first place in our league. Taking it away from Fear Boners, who has been leading the league for multiple weeks. Spencer taking that away with his 2 victories. Congratulations to Spencer as he takes the lead in the Has-Been Bowl, 11 wins to 10. Next matchup, what a matchup this was. Moving on. Infuse taking on Mickey. I'm just kidding. We'll take a look at this one. Gus Bus taking on Casey Taves. Commissioner's Pity Prize winning 109-107. It was a tight matchup despite low scoring. Will had a negative player on his team, DK, with negative 0.1, which is just hilarious. And he had some points on the bench as well, including Kyle Manungai, of course, the Chicago Bears, now in first place of the NFC after a surprising Rams loss to Carolina in a rainy game in Carolina where Stafford had 3 turnovers, and I believe one resulted in a touchdown. So that was surprising. What's not surprising is these two teams combined for 216 points. Just wrapping up the season for the two of them. Kamara Chameleon taking on Raw Brown Puka. This is another guy that just needed a victory or 2
Dumb bitch.
victories.
She's a dumb
Sitting
bitch.
in 6th position
Dumb bitch.
going into
You
this
a
week,
dumb
and he
bitch.
put up 89
Dumb
points.
bitch.
That's worse than
You's
me.
a dumb bitch. You's a dumb
You
bitch.
were the lowest score of the
You's
week,
a dumb bitch.
and as
Dumb
the team
bitch.
in 6th
Dumb bitch.
position,
Dumb
that
bitch.
is just
Dumb
not
bitch.
going to cut it.
Dumb bitch. Dumb bitch.
Jordan putting up 89 against Mickey's 133. Mickey with the win had Nico Collins get in for a touchdown on a carry. as well as 5 catches, for 98 yards. His team did enough to get the victory there. He will not get the median, I believe, as it was a little bit higher than 133. And Rob Brown Puka is going to be 13-13. We'll take a look at the standings after the matchups and take a look at what each team needs going into the final week of the regular season. Kamara Chameleon is going to be 9-17. Big fucking anime TD's taking on She Love Penix when I dick her. Justin needed some wins. He needed some wins. He got some wins. He got both wins. Wade is going to get the median victory with 138, but lose to Justin by 5 points. Justin's going to keep his playoff hopes alive with the double victory. Patrick Mahomes with 29 points in the loss, but it was not enough as CeeDee Lamb, DeAndre Swift, and Jacoby Brissett had big weeks to carry Whiskey Jack to his victory. He's going to be 13-13 as he's sniffing the playoffs. She Loves Penix When I Dick Her does lock in a playoff spot as he will be 16-10. This was a huge matchup. Bijan Maestord taking on the waiver wire. And I got to hand it to Nick. This was a huge 174 to 170. Big week to get 2 wins because it moves him into a bye week position heading into the final week of the playoffs. He'll be 17-9 along with Spencer. Spencer has the points for by 4 points. So it is tight. Bijan Maestord had a huge outing from Bijan Robinson, as well as from Jamal Williams. Trey McBride has been solid, especially with Jacoby Brissett playing. I don't know where Kyler Murray is going to be playing next year, but I highly doubt it is going to be Arizona. Devontae Adams had a good game in the loss, as did Brock Bowers and Marcus Mariota. Lots of green on Nick's side. In the win, Devontae Adams. He had a couple of touchdowns. He has been so good in the red zone for the Rams. And Stafford, Jacksonville defense with 23 points as well against a struggling Tennessee team. Fearboners taking on Laddies and Gentlemen. Shane, you had first position all to yourself for multiple weeks.
Dumb bitch.
And you lost it.
Dumb bitch.
Not only did you lose first, you lost second too. You lost both bye week positions, dropping you down to third spot. And Rob with a rather large week, 154 points, good enough for both victories. And mathematically, Rob will keep his playoff hopes alive, however grim they may be. We'll take a look at that in a moment. A.J. Brown was on fire. He had 10 catches for $132 and 2 touchdowns. I was happy that Jalen Hurts was throwing touchdowns. I was unhappy that they were to A.J. Brown and not Devontae Smith. Let's take, Seattle defense. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about it. Minnesota put up a donut. And Max Brosmer had 4 interceptions. 40 points for the Seattle defense against Minnesota. They had 4 picks, 4 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, including 1 recovery for a touchdown. Man, it was a tough week for me as my team struggled and the Vikings struggled. It was just ugly. Let's take a look at the standings here. In first place, we have Chubb and my Butker, followed so closely by the waiver wire. They're both 17-9. The waiver wire is behind by 4.16 points. So it is very, very close between those two teams. Fearboners, She Love Penix When I Dick Her, Bijan Maestord, all at 16-10, who have assured their position in the playoffs. However, those first two positions for the bye weeks are still up for grabs. Bijan did have a close loss with 170 points this week, but with the median victory, he does lock in his playoff spot. The only position that is up for grabs is currently held by Infuse. He is 13-3 with a healthy points for lead against Big Fucking Anime TDs, who is 13-13. Sorry, they're both 13-13. So what does Infuse need to get into the playoffs? Well, if he goes 2-0, he's basically assured to get into the playoffs. If he goes 1-1, he needs Justin to be 1-1 or worse, and then he'll be in the playoffs. If he goes 0-2, there is a huge risk that either Whiskey Jack or myself could jump him. Now, looking at Big Fucking Anime TDs in 7th, he needs Jordan to basically go 0-2. He needs 0-2. 1-1, Justin could still jump him if he goes 2-0. So it is possible. For Infuse, if he goes 1-1, Whiskey Jack could go 2-0, and he will take 6th spot away. So that is possible. Now, for myself in 8th, I need Jordan to go 0-2, and I need to go 2-0 because Jordan has a large points for advantage. So I need to be a win ahead of him. In order to do that, I need to go 2-0. Jordan needs to go 0-2, and I need Justin. Oh man, Justin needs to go 1-1 or worse, and I need to outscore Justin by, well, we got about 6 points between us. So that is going to be tight. Technically, mathematically, Rob could still make the playoffs. All he has to do is pole vault all of us. I think Jordan would have to go 0-2. Justin would have to go 0-2. I could go 1-1, but then Rob has to outscore Jordan by 222 points. So, sorry, Rob. I don't see it happening. Mathematically, yes, you could still make it, but you would need an obscene week, and Jordan would have to sit his whole team. So that means Rob, Gus Bus, Mickey, and Casey are all out of the playoff race. There's 3 of us racing for that final spot. Jordan going 2-0 would assure him that he gets into the final playoff spot. So let's take a look at what everybody needs out of those 3 guys. I'm playing Casey, which does make me feel a little bit better about my chances, but I still need the median win. Big Fucking Anime TD is playing the number 1 guy in the league, and you're projected for 80 points right now. Your whole team is on a bye. Like Drake May, Travion Henderson, Tyrone Tracy. I think he got hurt too, so he might be out anyway. Man, you are in trouble. So that makes me feel better. I play Casey, you're in trouble. What's going on with Jordan here? Jordan doesn't look like anybody on a bye. He is playing a 16-10 She Love Penix when I dicker. So that is going to be an interesting matchup to watch. Jordan right now is projected for 151 points, which is significant. So right now, Jordan, your fate is in your hands. If you go 0-2, there is a chance that you get vaulted for your last spot. So you need to get at least 1 victory this week. 2 would assure your spot in the playoffs. I want to wish everybody good luck except for Justin and Jordan going into the final week. I'm excited to see how those first 2 spots for bye week positions come up, as it is a tight race between 1st and 5th. There's only 1 win that separates all 5 teams. So that is certainly still up for grabs. This is almost like a mini playoff week for those 5 teams, because if you do well, then your first week of the playoffs is already a win. So let's see how that plays out, and let's see how this final spot plays out as well. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Commish Address. May your players stay ever healthy and unproductive. Commish out.